is a world.
This is a world premiere.
This is a world premiere.
I done been through a whole lot, trial, tribulation, but I know God.
Hey, good morning. Reg here, and welcome back to the blog. It's the continuation of the return of the Fruitarian, and yes, I'm so excited to tell you that today. It's day 30 of my 60-day raw food challenge, and to celebrate, I've come out for a run. I did my run to the Williamsburg Bridge earlier in the week, but I was just so full of energy today that I ran back out to the bridge, and then it's actually about a block and a half behind me, so I've run a little bit past the Williamsburg Bridge just to find, an interesting place to shoot the video from, because I hate giving you guys the same background over and over again. Anyway, so that said, I took off. I wanted you guys to, first of all, to get a sense of here's where I am. Here's where I am. You know where I was when I started, and so, here. I don't know. I mean, I've been paying attention, but, this isn't all about weight loss or anything like that, but maybe some of you are paying attention for that and you want to see. So, I'm going to do, I thought on day 30, I took a step back in one of my early videos for you to kind of see, how I was looking. And so I just took a step back for you guys to see how I'm looking now. So I hope that was useful for all of you. Anyway, when I was taking off my garment, I looked down and I realized that there was blood on my shirt. I have run until my nipple. I'm bleeding from my nipple, and I guess it's because my shirt was kind of rubbing, but whatever. I think it's just funny as hell that I've bled for you. I've bled for you people. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to a cool day. It's a holiday, and so I don't have to teach today, but I still have my other jobs to do. So wonderfully, I'm going to have some space to kind of get caught up on some other work that I've had to do. So I'm looking forward to that. What else to say? So I went back and looked at, what was happening on day 30 when I made my last video, and I had just gotten back from Montreal, as I told you guys in my in my post yesterday. I'd been in Montreal, so I got back and I was just doing a post from a local grocery store in my neighborhood and saying how it was a little difficult to get my hands on fresh foods and how difficult it was to lead a basically fruitarian lifestyle. Not very long after that, in fact, about a month after that, my community was struck. New York City, the eastern seaboard, was struck by Hurricane Sandy, and it did a lot of destruction, and a lot of, my neighborhood was underwater. So what it meant was where a lot of my focus had been on really maintaining my health, I was able to put a lot of energy into that. It was becoming like my hobby. The only thing I had time for other than work was my health. So to suddenly have a natural disaster strike, and I kind of play a role in terms of facilitation and not community leadership, but I administer a lot of community organization and work for a lot of organizations that ended up being a big part of the recovery in that area. So maintaining a fruitarian lifestyle had to take a back seat, and I suffered for that. My health suffered for that. There was also just the toll of constantly dealing with people and trying to address issues. So all of that took a huge toll on my psyche and played out on my body. I don't want to get down on myself. I don't want to say, oh, I got fat or anything like that, but I was not able to maintain myself at the level of at least physical conditioning that I had been in the past. Running, forget about it. There was no running. I maybe got in a few weeks of, regular running in a year over the last couple of years. So things really I really was not able to commit to myself in that way. And so doing this 60-day raw food challenge for me represents a recommitment to myself and my physical health first. I don't mean to get all religious on you, but they say if you got like a big plank in your eye, don't try to take a splinter out of somebody else's. Get the plank out of your eye. So that's where I am coming from on day 30. Also, I've been digging, like, listening to music. I made a playlist of like a pretty eclectic, some pretty eclectic music. All music that I felt would be inspiring, all music that I felt that I could run to, but it's kind of from all over. It's from hip hop, it's from pop, it's from underground music, it's from independent music, independent artists. And so just, interestingly, pop music is pop music for a reason, and I have to give a shout out to I believe one of the Jonas brothers put out a single called Levels, and so that song is bumping, and I love it, and I'm gonna put a link to it, in this part of this video. And I also have been I really like a song called Freedom that Pharell put out. So those two songs are two that I really, really like. I've also, as I told you guys, I think I've been listening to Florence and the Machine. A friend turned me on to Lana Del Rey's new album. So this is all stuff that I've been listening to, as well as just a lot of pop music. One of the young people that I work with told me that I had to get Drake's album that dropped a few days ago. And, I hate to make this a big commercial thing, but, I'm going to give Drake's new album a listen to, even though he's Canadian. Nothing against Canadians. As I told you guys, I love Montreal. That said, what else? I've been tuning into some of the other vegan-focused YouTube channels, Unnatural Vegan, Happy Healthy Vegan. I'll put links to those things, and it just really helps to get a sense of perspective. I also tuned in to someone that I had been following back 3 years ago when I was doing my raw food challenge, who also, I went and checked in, and also had moved and gone through some challenges in trying to maintain their healthy vegan lifestyle. So maybe we're gonna get maybe we'll do like a video chat back and forth. I'm gonna see if we can make something like that happen. Anyway, all that said, I don't like to keep these long. I like to keep them short. So I'm gonna let you get on with your day. Just to let you guys know, I cut some time off. My run to the Williamsburg Bridge today was just 1 hour instead of an hour and a half. So all that said, I'm gonna keep this short, let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Reg checking out with the return of the Fruitarian, 30 days into my 60-day raw food challenge, and peace.